I'm on a little trip with my mom right now and her dog. And I'm tired. I haven't been sleeping well the past few days. And I've just been noticing things I think some of you can maybe relate to. it's kind of a funny thing that the people we love the most and who love us the most are also the ones that can trigger us the most. And you can just, and it's not that strange because families and that kind of things are both often the people we feel most comfortable with, but also the people we've known the longest. So it's where the all the patterns and conditioning was created. And I've just been noticing kind of that for the past few months, I have noticed that it takes a lot more to get me triggered, or I don't get annoyed as easily. I don't get angry as much. And not that the anger was a problem, but the annoyance was a big problem. And I got annoyed very often over just the smallest little things. But, and I have been feeling like a lot more regulated in my nervous system, and it takes a lot more to get me rattled. And then I'm on this trip, and my mom can get quite she can have quite a temper if something like goes wrong, not towards me but just out in the world. If something goes wrong, if something is annoying or people are annoying or something happens that shouldn't for some reason, she can get really really annoyed. And we have just had a few situations where something has happened. We're traveling with this small dog as well, and she goes with us everywhere. And like yesterday, we were in this shop, um, and then all of a sudden, I couldn't find them anywhere. So I was looking around the whole shop, couldn't find them, and looked outside the shop, and they had left, and she didn't tell me. And I was like, ugh, I have just like walked around the whole shop to look for you, and you're not there. So I just said when I went outside, well, could you like let me know next time? Just let me know that you left, so I don't go around looking for you in the whole shop. And she said, yes, yes, of course. And that's fair. So I didn't get that annoyed, only a little bit, and but I was fine. And then this morning, we went for breakfast, and it turned out the dog wasn't allowed um, in the breakfast. So I was going to get something so we could take it to the room, and I was done. And then I looked around, and they were nowhere to be found. And I was so confused. And I was like looking around everywhere and just looking outside, and I couldn't find them anywhere. So I it's just like, oh, we just had this conversation. What the beep is going on here? And I could feel I was a bit annoyed and a bit stressed. And then I thought, okay, maybe they went to the room because I tried to call her. She didn't pick up the phone. So I wanted to go to the room instead. Turned out I had the wrong key card. So I couldn't enter the room, and they weren't there. And I tried to call again. No one answered. So luckily, the cleaning staff let me in. And then a few minutes passed, and my mom and the dog came. And it turned out they didn't leave. But before I actually knew that, I said, well, I kind of, could you just take a deep breath and then just, could you please just, you know, let me know if if you're gonna leave, because I'm just been looking all over for you again. And she was, because she was stressed and annoyed, and a lot of stuff was just happening, also stuff I didn't know about at the time. So she started to raise her voice because she was frustrated, and it wasn't like because of me, it was just the situation. And normally, I have, if I would to experience that kind of thing, and also the other situations, I would have been pretty annoyed and affected by this. But this time, because I did get annoyed, and I was a bit frustrated, but I was just like, there's no reason to escalate this. I would just, take a deep breath, feel the frustration, annoyance, that kind of thing, and just let it go, and then take a deep breath and just say, hey, well, there's no need to raise your voice at me because I actually didn't do anything. And she was like, oh, no, no, that's true. Sorry. I will stop now. And then it was fine. And it turned out she didn't actually leave. She was waiting outside. I just couldn't see. And all of this stuff was just going on. But I was just thinking about how easy it is to just, especially with people you're the closest to just get so frustrated and annoyed and just run these stories in your mind. Oh, they always do this kind of stuff, or that's so typical of them, or just go off on them. It's so easy to do. And the thing is that it never helps anything. You just escalate the situation, and it's not like you shouldn't just, should never react to something. But that was just a little, maybe you can relate. And now she's back, and I will go to the spa. So see you later. Bye.